pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing. As the legislative authority in Asheville, we impact the lives of families, businesses, and schools. With such a weighty responsibility, we believe it is wholly appropriate to petition for help from a higher authority in the discussion, reflection, and dispensing of our duties as council members. Moment of silence. You may be seated. Roll call. Chad?
Present.
Marcus?
Present.
Randy?
Present.
Dave?
Annette.
Matt?
Present.
Colton?
Here.
A motion to approve minutes? September 16th meeting. Second? Vote?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move into presentations then. Mary Garner.
Hi there, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Good. Hi, my name is Mary Garner. I live at 19428 Hill Road. And I have a couple of things to address to council. Thank you so much for your time. The irresponsible behavior displayed by Councilman Colton Hanson during the traffic stop of Abbey Wright September 1st was egregious and disrespectful to law enforcement. He was unprofessional. This showed his obvious disregard for the safety of residents and visitors to the village of Asheville. Councilman Hanson admittedly consumed too much alcohol, which impaired his judgment. No one forced him to drink alcoholic beverages to the point of intoxication. By his own admission, his judgment was questionable. Councilman Hanson's actions towards the law enforcement that night were inexcusable. Due to his position on the Asheville Asheville Village Council, he is held to a higher standard of professionalism. This was lacking that evening. In contrast, the Asheville police officers acted in a professional and courteous manner and should be commended. They displayed respect toward a belligerent Colton Hanson, who frankly should have been arrested for obstructing official business. Officers whom I have stated, after viewing the body camera video, said that the Asheville officers gave Mr. Hanson more leeway than most people would have been allowed under the same circumstances. It was obvious Councilman Hanson attempted to use his authority to hinder the officers in their performance of their duties. He first tried to prohibit the officers from speaking to Abbey Wright, who was operating the vehicle while impaired. This was an attempt to intimidate the officers. He was warned numerous times to cease his interference in the traffic stop. He also claimed this was harassment. His so-called apology lacked sincerity. He apologized to everyone, but omitted the officers. In fact, he tried to justify his action by claiming the Asheville Police Department had issues. This shameful apology questions how Asheville officers sworn to protect citizens of Asheville can have confidence from a drunken village councilman who displays such attitudes. He attempted to put the blame on the police officers. Any future actions involving the Asheville Police Department by council with Colton Hanson as a member will appear retaliatory. Colton Hanson's effectiveness as a village councilman is questionable. He accomplished this due to his own actions. Colton Hanson should do the honorable thing and immediately resign from the Asheville Council. If this doesn't occur, council should remove him. If this doesn't occur, the citizens of Asheville should petition for his recall. Supporting our law enforcement officers should be a priority. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Karen Stockton.
Hi, my name is Karen Stockton. I live at 17358 Winchester Road. I just wanted to say that I was very disappointed with what I saw on the police body cam. Colton Hanson's attitude towards the Asheville police showed a lack of respect for the law. I am very proud of how our Asheville police handled the situation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, Councilman. My name is Patty Hamilton. I live at 22798 Morris Slice Road, Stoutsville, Ohio. As a person who travels through the Asheville community, I feel it is important to let you know I support the Asheville Police and their service to your community. I was appalled and shocked at the disrespect Colton Hanson showed to the Asheville police officers during the body cam video of the OMBI stop on September 1st. Colton's actions are very unprofessional and not acceptable. He was threatening the police officers while they were following the letter of the law for any person that is stopped for OMBI. While watching the body cam video, I found it very odd that the passenger, who was identified as Colton Hanson, got out of the vehicle and tried to block the officer from conducting his official duty to investigate why the person driving ran the stop sign. Normally, a person would be arrested for obstruction in impeding an investigation. As a councilman, Colton Hanson has a duty to respect and support the Asheville Police. The arrogance and defiance Colton showed, along with cursing at the officers, should have gotten him arrested for disorderly conduct as well. Per the body cam video, Colton continued to threaten the police officers by using profanity towards them, by not obeying their orders, while also saying he was calling Sheriff Havey and his attorney. A councilman should be supportive of the police since they are following the policies and procedures set out by you, the mayor, and all of you of the village council. Also in the body cam video of Colton picking up the impounded vehicle, he stated to the officer, I quote, "You better keep that body cam video," end quote. To me, this constituted another threat. It is obvious Colton expected special treatment due to his position and did get that, since his girlfriend was let out of jail within 1 hour and 5 minutes after being cited for OMBI, no insurance, expired plates, invalid driver's license, and failure to stop at a stop sign, along with reckless driving. Considering Colton's heinous language directed at the police officers, disrespect to law enforcement, and his disregard for the safety of Asheville while getting in a vehicle with a drunk driver, it would be in the best interest of the village council to relinquish Colton of his duties as a councilman, since he is unable to uphold the standards according to the Ohio Revised Code 731.45, which states, rules, journal expulsion of members, quote, "It may punish of expel a member for disorderly conduct or violation of the rules," end quote. It is clear Colton conducted himself very disorderly, and he used abusive language against another village employee. This qualifies for expulsion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Richard Ward.
Mr. Mayor, council members, I want to start out with some stats for the National Highway Traffic Administration. Every day, about 37 people in the United States die in drunk driving crashes. That's one person every 39 minutes. 2022, 13,524 people died in alcohol-impaired traffic deaths. These deaths were all preventable. Being a responsible driver is pretty simple. If you're drinking, don't drive. Don't get in a vehicle with another person who's been drinking. Colton Hanson, you have clearly demonstrated your complete lack of respect for OBI laws and our law enforcement that are charged with enforcing such laws. Obstructing the stop, asking for Sheriff Havey to come and take over the stop? What a bizarre request during an OBI stop. What were you thinking when you asked for the Sheriff Havey to come and take over the stop? Disrespecting our law enforcement? Unacceptable. Your inability to handle and process problems and conflicts that arise within council in a constructive, positive way. During his apology, he said that ongoing conflicts amongst, this administration had boiled over, and that's what came out against the officers. The apology I found very insincere. He's sorry he got caught. That's basically what I got out. From the Scioto Guardian, body cam footage captured Hanson yelling profanities at officers and threatening to use his political connections to undermine their authority. He claimed he would call the county sheriff and have him take over and clear things up. suggesting that he could leverage his political influence. That is unacceptable. What was he expecting? Sheriff Hagee to show up and sweep everything under the rug? Nothing you see here, folks, right? Kudos to Mr. Hagee for not engaging in that. Mr. Hanson, you clearly do not have the basic maturity level, honesty, and integrity required to effectively lead Ashville, Ohio. We the people are demanding a vote from council to remove Colton Hanson from serving out the rest of his term. Due to his actions, he's demonstrated a lack of confidence in his ability to lead moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. One thing, I want people, everybody to be aware, we do support our law enforcement. You know, we work with Danny and Brian in the back, and we do support our law enforcement. You know, I just want people to know that, you know, council does support the police. Any other comments? Departmental reports, start with Danny.
Yes, I just gave you guys all a list of some items that we deemed as unusable, salvageable. So we'd like to have council's permission tonight to dispose of these, either by destruction or by scrap. I spoke with Greg today from the street department. He's agreed to assist with loading up the scrap, maybe to a scrapyard where it can be recycled or whatever. Everything on there is old equipment that is no longer serviceable, no longer usable, just taking up space in our garage and our police department.
No vital information on the computers. I know it says.
Yeah, make sure the hard drives
I
are
removed all the
totally-
hard drives from all computers, so there's nothing on there.
Nothing on there.
I mean, it looks like there's, 3 VCRs that don't work. Yes. I mean, you accumulate a bunch of stuff over time. I know it's time to clean the house a little bit. Absolutely, whatever y'all, I have no problem, whatever y'all want to do with it.
It's fine.
If anything has value, you can get money out of it, fine. If not, you know, I mean, it's a lot of old stuff.
Right, and this is a good time to get rid of it because the cruisers are bringing caps at the sewer plant, and the garage is empty.
Yeah,
So we can go in here, clean it up,
clean it up.
make room for the cars.
Let's do it, yeah, absolutely.
Motion.
I have a motion to dispose of, anybody have any other conversation? Dispose of, if it has value and can be sold, fine, if not, it should be destroyed or given to somebody. It has nothing to, it has no value to us. Old stuff.
Scrap.
Old stuff, you accumulate over the course of years, you just accumulate a bunch of stuff, I understand.
Have a motion and a second.
No.
We got it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Anything else?
That's all I have.
thanks, Ann.
You're welcome.
The only thing I have, there's a few things. Number one, I know Bert has been talking with EPA about the whole storm sewer retention and all that. So we're working on that. The water tower is, or the water plant design is on track. We've been communicating with Jones Henry, and that's all, the plans are moving right along as they should. The big thing that we want to talk a little bit about is we began the year, I know that we mentioned, I believe, in a utility committee about the water loss that we had. We was at a little over 50%. That's what we was showing that we was losing in the water compared to what we was treating to what we was collecting. We found two big leaks out the system that we was able to correct and isolate. And then the other thing is we was able to start capturing some of the money that we was not, some of the meters that weren't being billed. So between all that, right now we're sitting at 18%, 18 to 19%. So we reduced it drastically from where we was. So that's actually, that's a good thing. That's something positive.
So that's going to reduce your operating costs too. Processing less water.
We are, no, it's not going to reduce, their operating cost is still the same, it's what it was. It's, we're capturing money more money for what we need to use it for.
Where do we stand with Novellis as far as their metering and their usage?
So their metering and all that, we have went in there, me and Bert went in there with equipment, tried to find leaks. We can't find anything right now. We still would like to move that meter.
Yeah, I think that's probably the key.
But I'm not sure until we get some things worked out with that roadway, we can
Sure.
do that. yet.
I think it'd be better, and, yes, you're right, a different location will allow us to control it better, I understand, absolutely. Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Darrell?
I'm good.
We'll wait till April for later. Okay. We have several pieces of legislation this evening. Two resolutions for first reading. First one is to execute agreement with Burgess and Eichel for the expansion of the wastewater plant. Motion for first reading?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Vote?
Yes.
15/2024 resolution authorizing the village administrator to execute an agreement with Burgess and Eichel for the planning, design, and funding for the expansion of the current wastewater recovery treatment facility, and to execute contracts as required and declare an emergency.
You want this tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we accept the first reading of Resolution 15/2024, suspend the rules of council by waiving the second and third reading and adopting the resolution as emergency measure.
Second?
Second.
Vote?
Yep.
Yes.
And the second one is to prepare the application for the Public Works Commission for projects here in town. 16/2024, have a motion.
Motion for reading.
Second.
Vote?
Yes.
16/2024, resolution authorizing the village administrator to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and/or local transportation improvement programs and execute contracts as required and declare an emergency.
Bert, want this one, April? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to accept the first reading of 16/2024, suspend the rules of council, waiving the second and third reading, adopting 16/2024 as emergency measure.
Second?
Second.
Vote?
Yes.
We have one resolution for second reading. It's the resolution for the water service agreement with Southern. Have a motion for second reading.
Is this the one that had the, maybe had contradictory?
I think we had some
Yes.
wording that was changed, April.
Yes, and we don't need to pass it tonight. But I did, if you look at the resolution in your email, I took out the part of the resolution that said they would offer it for free. So that has been taken out.
So are we ready, or you just want to?
We can still do-
it's
we
just
can do a second
right?
reading.
Okay, let's, yeah, I'll make a motion for second reading.
Same.
Vote?
Yes.
13/2024 resolution authorizing the village administrator to enter into a water service agreement with the village of South Bloomfield.
Make a motion to accept second reading.
Second.
Yes. Vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Then we have one ordinance for first reading, and it's the insurance benefit amendments that Gabriel was talking about.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Vote?
Yes.
2024-14, an ordinance to amend 2000-11, 2012-03, and 2022-15 to reflect changes in the village of Ashville insurance benefit.
April, you need this by the first of the year, how? I mean, it's just simply wording and,
It's,
you know,
yeah,
what we talked
it's,
about. in the
we're
video.
simply changing it from only family to family or
To
domestic
partnership.
partnership.
Okay, exactly.
So,
Do you want that one tonight?
if we pass it tonight, it would take 30 days to go into effect, so it'd be ideal.
It puts the process in motion a little quicker. Okay, if nobody has any objections, I'll make a motion to accept 2024-14, suspend the rules of council, waiving the second, third reading, adopt as an emergency measure.
Second. Vote?
Yes.
That's all for legislation. We have one new business, and that's to request, there's a request for $28,500 in street impact fees for sidewalk improvements along Long Street, concrete floor to street department garage.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Vote?
Yep.
Yes.
Any council committee reports?
The park committee.
Okay.
We sent out information letters and a registration sheet in the utility bills this month for the attempt to light around the track, light posts with Christmas trees. And so far, we have 3 registration forms turned in, so that's good. We have everything pretty well set, I think, except you need to check the box to make sure it's okay.
We'll bring that tomorrow.
Okay, so we're set. That's all.
And one thing I really had to report is I did sit down on the EPA meeting, and we have a lot of stuff we got to get done, so once that's in place, hopefully the EPA will make their decision, because some of the funding from the construction projects are going to help fund the projects we've got going on, so we'll continue to work with EPA. April, everything.
I don't,
Any comments already? Any final council comments? No, Chad? Randy?
Hey, Mayor,
Yes.
I got one, they're getting ready to grind the streets, roads getting ready, they got them all marked, getting ready to start grinding the streets. Are we keeping those grindings to maybe repair some of these alleys with? Or are we gonna let them
I think
fall
we've
all
done that in the
that way?
past, haven't
We used to.
they? Okay.
But in the last, probably 6, 7 years, they
Yeah.
not. But we used to, and we should.
I mean, I think it's a good idea to keep them. I mean, if they take them, they're just going to sell them or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to end up buying them back from them.
That's what use it for our advantage.
That's what I'm saying. I think we should keep all that as long as we have a place to keep those kind of things.
And I think we have some storage for it that we can probably.
Yeah, and so I think it's.
And it would come in handy, because, you know, you'll get somebody calling about an alley situation, you got something you go into a fill with, that'd be, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
If you're getting ready to do these storms or sanitaries in these alleys,
exactly.
and then you could always, it'll save you money, and the back end of it on stone, just coat, you know, put your 3 or 4s down after the trench, they come through it, and then take a paver or whatever, and put that, blacktop on it, and it's gonna save you guys money in the back side of your project.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
So I think we need to keep those. I don't, let's have Greg find a place to put them for now. Because I'm sure here at Port Law, we'll use whatever we can keep.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
But like I said, I don't know what the agreement was between Rose Brothers and whatever, but I don't think we should let that
Work
go.
up here.
Yeah,
Let's call him.
I think we should keep that, you know, use it.
Randy?
I do have a comment. Been a lot of things on social media that they're slamming council for not backing the police department. And I just want to tell you right now, our council supports, and you can ask any officer in the village of Asheville that we do. We have basically done anything they've ever asked within what we can afford to do. So I just want to make that public, because it gets aggravating getting slammed on social media for people telling lies. So just being blunt.